Welcome back to the March 4th episode of QUTV. I'm Melissa Weed.
And I'm Hannah Youngquist.
Each year, students take a cold dip in Mormon Lake for a good cause, and this year was no different. February 26th, the Polar Plunge, an annual fundraiser for the Special Olympics. February 26th, daring students from Phi Sigma Sigma Alpha Omicron Pi, the Institute for Management Accountants, and Q Athletics bravely plunge into Mormon Lake. The Polar Plunge is an annual event hosted to raise money for the Special Olympics. There were a total of 232 plungers, and $33,000 were raised in donations.
It was pretty cold, but it was definitely worth it because it was for a good cause for Special Olympics.
Phi Sigma Sigma won the Golden Team Plunger for raising the most money with over $3,300. After the event, plungers who raised more than $75 received a sweatshirt. All plungers received a free lunch courtesy of Pop's Pizza. From QUTV News, I'm Melissa Weed.
Over the recent 4-day break, a fire destroyed a 2-story apartment building on the corner of 20th and Chestnut. The fire broke out in the early morning hours of February 22nd. 7 people escaped the fire, some with minor injuries. Investigators have determined the apartment complex fire was deliberately set. The 3-alarm fire woke sleeping students who were on campus during the break.
It was chaotic. There's all kinds of fire everywhere. The whole fire department was out here since it was a building fire. It was just chaos.
Several people jumped out to the sidewalk from the 2nd floor of the apartment building. The building is owned by Joe Holtschlag, who has owned the building for about 8 years. The apartment has been recently remodeled with the new doors and windows. The investigation into the suspicious nature of the fire is ongoing.
Quincy University recently announced the recipients of the Student of the Semester Award. Tanner Jacobs, a senior political science major, and Katrina Schrader, a senior communication major, were named Students of the Semester for the fall 2010. Students are nominated by their professors and administrators due to their exemplary service in the classroom, extracurricular involvement, and volunteer service to the community. Schrader has been involved in Phi Sigma Sigma, Lambda Pi Eta, QU Cheerleading, the Senior Class Gift Committee, and the Student Programming Board. Jacobs has been a member of the QU Mock Trial Team, the Senior Class Gift Committee, the Karate Club, the Pre-Law Club, Student Center, and has been involved in various theatrical productions. Congratulations to our students of the semester.
Commuters at Quincy University first had to battle the winter weather that this season brought. And now that the snow is melting, gas prices are on the rise. According to USA Today, gas prices are at 28-month high. In Quincy, gas prices average $3.50 for regular unleaded gasoline. Students that commute between their homes and campuses are sometimes forced to make sacrifices in order to make it to class every week.
It is a lot harder. I have to work 2 jobs to help me pay for gas because I have to fill up every week, and that gets pretty expensive, so even just a few cents makes a difference.
Gas prices not only affect commuters. Students on campus should be aware that other costs along with gas are being raised, such as food and clothing. Consumers are advised to save money as often as possible, carpool, and try to buy only necessities until prices are lowered. Experts predict gas may reach between as high as $3.75 a gallon this spring. Even though prices are expected to drop eventually, the timing couldn't be worse with spring break right around the corner. QUTV asked students if the high prices would affect their travel plans.
I'm going to stay in Quincy and work so I can earn money to get gas.
I'll have to end up doing some extra saving just to get up to St. Louis.
Yeah, well, I don't usually make plans, but I was kind of hoping to, go do something. So I'm thinking I'm probably just going to stay at home, or maybe stay near home at least.
My original plan was to go drive home because I'm from Florida, Tampa, Florida, but my gas prices did affect me because the thing that me driving and getting gas nearly cost as much as my plane ticket, so it was better yet to just buy a plane ticket instead.
If you are like most of the students we talk to and will be spending your spring break at home or at work, some free or inexpensive activities to do during the break include exercising, movie nights at home, and volunteering in your community.
With St. Patrick's Day right around the corner, One group is hosting a benefit concert to get people in the spirit and raise money for charity. An Irish Evening benefit concert features two Kew
harp,
students
hammer, dulcimer,
and other
flute,
community
Irish
musicians playing Irish music and discussing Irish history. In addition to celebrating the Irish holiday, the event also serves as a fundraiser.
Of the harp, hammer, dulcimer, flute, Irish whistle, uilleann pipes, which are kind of like the bagpipes when you're playing with your arm, and we'll also have tenor banjo and maybe a few other little surprises. But this is ultimately to raise money for the men's mission at New Start.
In addition to Stites musicians include Tony Blackford, Steve Rees, and Wannery Tanner. In addition to the music, sophomore Megan Brennan will be dancing. The event will take place Saturday, March 5th from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. in Q's main chapel. The concert is free to everyone, but goodwill offering is accepted. The concert will benefit New Start Rescue Mission, which is a center that helps men overcoming drug and alcohol addictions. For more information, you can go to Facebook and look up the Irish Evening Event Benefit Concert.
Students in Free Enterprise, better known as SCIFE, is an organization on campus that provides college students an opportunity to develop leadership, teamwork, and communication skills through learning, practicing and teaching the principles of free enterprise.
I am joined by SCIFE.
I sat down with SCIFE President Lucas Nelson and discussed the campus food drive competition, as well as some other activities that they have in store for the rest of the year.
I am joined by SCIFE President Lucas Nelson. SCIFE is currently doing a food drive as well as working on future endeavors. First of all, can you start by explaining what SCIFE is and one thing that is important to your group?
SCIFE stands for Student Free Enterprise. We're a business club located here on campus. Basically what we do throughout the year is multiple different business practices to try to help the community and pretty much anyone we can with either resumes or financial literacy, or for example what we're talking about today, the food drive, just in helping people in general.
So you are currently working on doing a food drive competition. Can you explain a little more on that?
Yes, SCIFE is actually sponsored by Campbell's. That's one of their sponsors, and they've had a challenge this year to raise 5,000 pounds of food starting first semester, and we have until about April 1st to do this. And we accepted the challenge, and if we reach our 5,000 pounds of food, we are invited to a national presentation by Campbell's at our national competition site, which is in Minneapolis. Currently, we are working on it. The first semester, we were very pleased with what we raised, which was 4,030 pounds of food. And so our goal this semester is to try to match that.
Where exactly is the food going?
Food's going to Salvation Army, Quinata, and the Banana House. Those are the three main local food banks here in Quincy.
How can people help if they would like to donate?
If they want to help and donate, March 5th through the 18th, we'll have barrels set out at both the county market on 24th and the one up on Broadway, the new one up towards Walmart. Or you can contact either myself or Brandon Winklejohn, who's the project manager for this. And that's how they can be donated.
Can other clubs join in raising money for the food drive if they would like to?
Yeah, and actually we did send out an email and to invite clubs to do a competition. So all the on-campus organizations are involved in a competition. The club that raises the most gets a pizza party put on by SCIFE. And then we also did one between the 3 Greek lives that's also currently going on. Last semester we went ahead and did a competition with the sports team to try to get the whole campus involved in the food drive.
If people would like to get involved with SCIFE, what do they need to do?
They can contact either myself or Brandon Winklejohn again, or Dr. Wewell, who's on the second floor right across from the school business office.
Thank you.
The Q Lady Hawks are soaring high in the postseason with a playoff victory over University of Missouri St. Louis last Saturday. The Lady Hawks are currently ranked 13th in the nation and 2nd in the Midwest region. Being the #1 seed in this year's GLVC tournament is nothing new to the Lady Hawks. They have been highly ranked for the past 2 years in the tournament, and the only thing the team is planning on changing is bringing home a championship.
And our goal is just to go out there and play how we played all year, play with perseverance and never let up, play as a team, and that's worked for us all year, so that's what we plan on doing.
With the second round bye, the Lady Hawks will enter the semifinals March 5th in St. Louis with an 8:30 p.m. tip-off. Check out the Quincy University Athletic website for a link to a video feed of the tournament.
The Lady Hawks softball team has started this season off with a bang and are turning heads in the process. The team has high expectations for this season as they were picked to finish second in the GLVC tournament. They are coming off of a 37-17 season last year, which ended with their first trip to the NCAA Division II National Tournament in school history. They return 11 starters from last year's squad, including 2 All-Americans.
I think we came off a really good season. Last year, obviously, we made history, went to the NCAA tournament for the first time ever at Quincy. So obviously, I'd like to get to that point again, but keep progressing. Just see how far we can go, get as far as we can.
The Lady Hawks season started on February 18th with a win over Delta State. The first conference game will be held on March 12th in Quincy, where they will face Indianapolis. As of today's show, the Lady Hawks have a record of 7-4.
QUTV's Pete Lidra gives us an inside look at one of Super Bowl's most popular commercials in this week's viral video.
Welcome back to another season of QUTV's Viral Video of the Week. Where have I been, you might be asking? Well, after spending 22 days, 19 hours, 33 minutes, and 47 seconds of brooding time for the result of Super Bowl 45, I realized that eventually I'd have to get back on my feet. So I crawled out of the 22 inches of snow that dropped on the Q universe, and I scoured the internet for the next viral video. I then came across a commercial from the Super Bowl that has had over 32 million hits on YouTube, and recently it's been all the rage. So here's something of a blooper reel of that commercial. I'm wondering if the parents still think it's the remote that did it. Well, that's all the time I have for this week's Viral Video of the Week. From QUTV News, I'm Pete Leisure, reminding you that this newscaster made the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs. I'll have another video for you next time.
There's plenty to do on campus this weekend, starting with an illusionist Friday night. SPB is hosting Brian Brushwood, exotic illusionist extraordinaire, known for his magic illusion. Some of his most well-known tricks include escapes, fire eating, and poking needles and pins through his hands without leaving a mark. Brushwood has performed on The Tonight Show and CNN. The event will be held in the main dining room on Friday night. Showtime is 10 p.m. and admission is free.
If you're more of a fan of traditional theater, you can still catch the Brother, Sun, Sister, Moon one-act showcase Friday night and Saturday afternoon. The first play is a comedy, Bait and Switch, directed by junior Mason Ellison. The second play is a dramatic tragedy, Phased Away, written and directed by senior Sydney Shackleton.
In my opinion, these one-acts are something very spectacular because they bring a very diverse feel to the BSSM program.
Well, I'm actually really excited about the show because it's a whole different take on comedy and tragedy. It really opens it up to a lot more sarcasm, a lot more satire than a lot of other shows I've been in.
The plays will be performed in the North Campus B Building basement. Doors open at 7 on Friday night with a 7:30 showtime. Doors open at 2 on Saturday with a 2:30 showtime. The cost is $4 for students and $6 for general admission. Both plays contain adult material and are rated R.
Quincy University will be conducting the winter concert this Saturday at 7:30 in the Q Chapel. The event is sponsored by the Division of Fine Arts and Communication, making attendance to the concert free of charge. Advanced students from the choral conducting course will select the works to be performed by the concert choir, and will serve as guest conductors. Q Director of Choirs Alan Means will conduct the chamber choir, which will sing works such as Elizabethan Summers by Stephen Chapman and At the Round Earth's Imagined Corners by Williametta Spencer. For more information about the winter concert, contact the QU Music Office at the number on your screen. Earlier today, QUTV's Pete Leja went to Springfield to report on a rally for the Illinois MAP grant. Here's a preview for next week's top story.
About 500 students at Quincy University received funding from the Illinois MAP grant, a grant which is about to be reduced or cut off completely. College students from all over Illinois have come to Springfield in order to join a rally to keep the MAP grant alive. I traveled with a group of QU students to the state capital of Springfield, and I'll be back with the full report next week. For QUTV News, I'm Pete Leja.
Thank you for watching QUTV News.
We'll be back next week with the latest campus news.